An Indianapolis man is behind bars tonight, the crimes he committed in the Circle City, and how they're being brought to justice.
We asked and Muncie answered. Chipotle is finally coming to Muncie, when you can expect to make your first visit in moments.
And tonight I'm tracking excessive rainfall. More on that later in the show.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Catherine Segal.
And I'm Kara Perzuchek.
Chipotle is officially coming to Muncie.
That's according to a Chipotle spokesperson today, as well as the Delaware-Muncie Metropolitan Plan Commission office.
Muncie residents may have seen the construction off McGalliard recently. The Chipotle will replace the location for Brinkman Children's Shoe Center. The building is estimated to be finished this month, according to TMG Construction Management's website, and a Chipotle spokesperson told NewsLink Indiana they are scheduled to open this fall. The new location already appears on Google Maps. That address is 720 West McGalliard Road. You can apply to work in the store at jobs.chipotle.com.
Well, it's been a rainy day, I can tell you that. I've been having to use my umbrella.
Yes, I drove in the rain today, and I'm really hoping that when Chipotle opens, I will not be driving in the rain.
Yeah, you could say that.
Rachel, what can we expect?
Well, unfortunately, that rain is going to stick around for the rest of tonight and tomorrow. We're going to see, looking at this radar here, that excessive rainfall is going to continue into tomorrow. And looking at the flood watch that is in effect right now, not currently for our county right now, but for Blackford and Jay County, they have that risk of flooding, and we also have that risk of flooding in these other counties as well. And then looking at yesterday, we were at 79 degrees for today's high. Tomorrow's high is only going to be 57 degrees. That's because of this cold front that's moving into the area with that rainfall.
A desperate search for Gabby Petito has come to a tragic end, with the FBI confirming grim details that Petito was killed and that the body found in Wyoming on Sunday is her. The FBI tweeting, "The initial determination for the manner of death is homicide," while investigators begin to uncover answers in Wyoming. Thousands of miles away in Florida, the massive manhunt for Petito's fiance, Brian Laundrie, is back on.
An Indianapolis man has been charged today after a series of rapes targeting older women who live alone. 37-year-old Daryl Goodlow had been blindfolding and threatening to kill women as he sexually assaulted them after breaking into their homes while posing as a utility or service worker, according to police. Marion County prosecutors charged Goodlow with 57 counts, including rapes, burglary, and criminal confinement. He's accused of raping 8 women ages 58 to 78 on 6 different occasions, from August 2020 to September of this year.
A redistricting plan for Indiana's state Senate appears set to secure the Republican Party's control of the chamber for another decade. The proposal for the new Senate election districts was released today. The Republican-dominated legislature intends to give final approval by the end of next week for all of Indiana's congressional and legislative seats. The redistricting is based on population shifts that the 2020 census created on new, likely Democratic Senate seats in Indianapolis. As most rural counties across the state lost population, and the Indianapolis area added residents. However, no significant shifts look likely from the current 30-11 Republican supermajority in the state Senate.
10 local teachers will receive nearly $5,000 in Robert P. Bell education grants from the Community Foundation of Muncie and Delaware County Incorporated. Across the country, thousands of students benefit from Bell education grants each year. Awards up to $600 are available through the program. Teachers in public and private K-12 schools in Delaware County are invited to apply for the funding throughout the school year. The next deadline for the 2021-2022 school year is November 1st. Applications are available online at cfmdin.org.
The U.S. is closing in on a COVID-19 vaccine for kids 5 to 11. Pfizer-BioNTech says trial data shows a lower dose of their vaccine was both safe and effective for kids in that age group. But before shots can go into arms, there are 4 steps that have to happen first. Step 1, Pfizer needs to request emergency use authorization from the FDA. Step 2, the FDA needs to amend the vaccine's EUA to include younger people. And Step 3, the CDC must recommend the vaccine for this age group. Finally, Step 4, once the CDC and FDA sign off, a rollout can begin. Health experts predict shots could be available by the end of October. Then it will be up to parents. But those experts worry that's where things could stall.
It's going to be hard to get these children vaccinated, just as hard as adults to get them vaccinated unless we have mandates.
Data from the American Academy of Pediatrics shows COVID-19 cases have continued to increase exponentially among kids in the U.S. and now account for nearly 26% of all cases reported nationwide, with nearly 226,000 new cases over the past week.
Tougher vaccine requirements are on the way in Washington, D.C. schools. They apply to adults and student athletes. Sam Ford speaks with parents and staff about the change.
By November 1st, all adults who regularly are in schools or child care facilities in D.C. must be vaccinated against COVID-19.
Mayor Bowser surprised many with her announcement. All employees at all public, private, and parochial schools must be vaccinated. At the end of the school day, for parents we talk with at Langley Campus School in Northeast.
If it's going to protect the kids, yeah. But I feel like people shouldn't be forced to get a vaccination if they don't want to.
I feel like that's a really good idea for the kids and the students. I feel like the kids need to be as protected as possible.
It hit the school bus drivers hard. They say they were just getting underway with their weekly testing to make sure they were COVID-free. Their union president.
We're going to have some mixed reactions. I do know that most of our folks are vaccinated, and we do have some folks that's not vaccinated.
He's heard some threatening they would quit first.
What we're going to do, if that means that I ain't going to have a job, if that means that I'm going to get terminated, and it's hard to come with to find quality bus drivers in this area right now.
It's very clear, especially for our young people who are not eligible for the vaccine yet, that the best way to protect them is to have the adults around them vaccinated, in addition to all of the other mitigation strategies that we use.
People can get exemptions for religious or medical reasons.
President Biden gave his first address to the United Nations General Assembly since being elected today. Biden said, "We are in a, quote, decisive decade for our world that will determine the global community's future."
Simply put, we stand, in my view, at an inflection point in history. And I'm here today to share with you how the United States intends to work with partners and allies to answer these questions, and the commitment of my new administration to help lead the world toward a more peaceful, prosperous future for all people.
Biden's speech comes amid a number of foreign policy crises. That includes the Afghanistan pullout, a drone strike that killed Afghan civilians, and blowback from France over a deal to give Australia nuclear-powered submarines. Meanwhile, concerns are rising after the release of video showing Border Patrol agents on horseback confronting migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas calls the images horrifying.
I'm going to let the investigation run its course, but the pictures that I observed troubled me profoundly.
Mayorkas says the department will investigate the situation and that a dramatic change at the border is expected in the next 48 to 96 hours.
We are moving more migrants very quickly to other processing centers so that we can ensure their security and safety and the security and safety of the community.
But many hoping more is done to address immigration beyond the current situation.
There needs to be more enforcement of our current laws, but it also needs to happen at a much quicker rate. Right, at this point, we shouldn't be Republicans or Democrats. We need to come together, and we need to get through this crisis together.
The Biden administration takes a swipe at the criminal aspect of cryptocurrency. Officials imposed sanctions against one exchange called Suex, which U.S. officials accuse of conducting business with hackers. The sanction forbids Suex from having access to U.S. markets. This marks the most direct action the White House has taken against ransomware groups that freeze computers and demand payment through cryptocurrency, which is harder to trace. Treasury officials also issued new guidance to companies on how to avoid running afoul of U.S. law when making ransomware payments to criminals. McDonald's is changing up their Happy Meal. Find out what next.
And Purdue University has a new world record, what they did and how it's helping the Earth after the break.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. Here in Muncie, the Forest Park Senior Citizen Center hosts a coffee club for veterans to create a safe space for them to meet up. The club started in 2019 when the rates of veterans who died by suicide started to increase. It gives veterans the opportunity to meet with others to talk about their experiences when they were in the military. The goal is to reduce the number of suicidal rates and provide a better opportunity. They hope that more generalized areas of Muncie will do the same. The club meets the first and third Saturdays of every month from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Donuts and coffee are provided. President Alan F. Johnson emphasized their main goal for the meetings.
The ability of the seniors to give something back to the veterans because of the sacrifice they've given for the freedom of everybody in this country.
And McDonald's is making more changes to its Happy Meal. The fast food giant announced it would greatly lessen the use of plastics in its Happy Meal toys worldwide. Starting in 2022, kids can expect other prizes like 3D paper-based items. The Happy Meal made its debut in 1979 and has evolved over the decades, including the introduction of healthier food options a few years ago. In 2019, two girls from Great Britain started a petition toward McDonald's and Burger King, asking them to stop handing out plastic toys due to environmental concerns. The movement went viral, gathering more than 500,000 signatures. McDonald's took action shortly afterward in the UK and France by no longer handing out Happy Meal toys made out of non-recycled plastic.
Scientists at Purdue University have created the world's whitest paint. It's even made it into the Guinness World Record books. Not only is this paint very, very white, it can help fight climate change. Researchers say the paint can work like an air conditioner. It was made to reflect 98% of sunlight, which is more than it absorbs. That makes the surface cooler than its surroundings. Most paint currently on the market only reflect about 80% of sunlight, and they get warmer instead of cooler.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And also, Google is expanding its presence in New York after buying a $2 billion building in Manhattan. Though Google is still embracing a hybrid work model, the company sees the building as an anchor for its 12,000 employees in the city. New York Mayor Bill de Blasio says this is the largest building sale in the U.S. since the pandemic started. The New York office space is set to open in 2023.
It's going to cost a little more to send stuff with FedEx. The company announced its shipping rates are going up in January. The rates increases apply to all U.S. domestic and U.S. export and import services. Home delivery is expected to go up nearly 6%, while freight customers may see an increase of almost 8%. In a statement, FedEx officials say the price bumps, quote, reflect incremental costs associated with the challenging operating environment. FedEx customers might also start paying more this year, and in November, some FedEx shipments will have a fuel surcharge.
Well, we're definitely going to be having to order some raincoats, some umbrellas, rain boots, all of that with the rain coming up. Rachel, can you tell us more?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
To get to know each other
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. It's currently 9:22. We're looking at a live campus shot. It's been a little cloudy today, but good news. Autumn is tomorrow.
I am so excited. You know, hopefully the weather will start to get a bit more chilly. We'll be able to wear those fall clothes. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes, I love the fall season, everything about it. It's my favorite. Rachel, can you tell us some more about that?
Yeah, we're going to be experiencing those cooler temperatures for tomorrow, but not quite for the rest of the week. Looking here, you can see that cold front moving into the area, which is going to impact us for tomorrow, but overall, we're going to see some warmer temperatures throughout the week. You can also see that cold front bringing in a lot of these rain showers. That's going to be the story for today and tomorrow. Looking here, we do have a flood watch for Jay and Blackford counties right now. That does not decrease the probability that that flood watch may move into these other counties throughout the area. And looking here, we can see that that rain is going to move through tonight, make its way into our area for tomorrow. We're going to be under rainfall for most of the day tomorrow. And looking here, we can see that even Wednesday night through Thursday morning, that rain is going to be through our area. How much rain will we get from this system? Well, we're going to see almost 3 inches here in Muncie, around 3 inches in Shelbyville as well. A lot of those heavier pockets of rain up into the eastern portions of the state. Now be careful because this can lead to flooding on roadways and even flooding where you do not notice. So be careful where you drive and if you drive through deeper waters. And looking here, we can see that cold front making its way into the area. We're only 61 degrees up in Lafayette, 73 still down in Shelbyville, still experiencing those milder temperatures. And moving throughout the day today, we saw temperatures drop tonight, still a 2-degree difference here in Muncie, 1 degree difference in Shelbyville. That cold front still has not impacted our area here. Cold front has impacted areas of Lafayette and Terre Haute that are down 14 and 13 degrees. And looking throughout tonight, those temperatures are going to decrease. 53 degrees for our low. Showers throughout the night, off and on tonight. And as we look through at the day tomorrow, we're going to see temperatures only reach 57 degrees. Winds stay out of the north at 15 to 20 miles per hour. 57 degrees is a lot different than what we were experiencing today and the past couple of days. And looking at our mid 7-day forecast, or looking at our 5-day trend, we're going to see 78 degrees for today, 57 degrees for tomorrow, which is a lot different, reflecting those fall temperatures warming up throughout the week next week. Looking at our mid 7-day forecast, we're going to be experiencing that rain today and tomorrow, but looking throughout the weekend, we're going to see those sunny skies continue. And I'm not sure about you guys, but I think that those fall temperatures are going to return for tomorrow, but maybe not throughout the rest of the week.
Okay.
Well, at least we can enjoy it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited for it to hopefully come in the near future. Thank you so much, Rachel.
One Ball State team overcoming a natural disaster and another Ball State team hopping into some action after their long break. Find out who next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Charlie Cronin with sports. Earlier this month, Hurricane Ida rolling through New Orleans, a city the football team holds ties to.
Hurricane Ida brought a great deal of destruction to the New Orleans area, but its effects even making its way to Muncie, Indiana.
We had 5 of either our players or staff members that are from that area, and so certainly during the time when you know Hurricane Ida was approaching landfall, if you will, certainly our guys were on edge thinking about their families because a lot of their families made the decision to ride it out and stay there and not evacuate.
Of the 5, 3 of them are players. This includes wide receiver Johannes Tyler, defensive lineman Kyron Mims, and kicker Jake Chanot.
Definitely a little nervous down there, you know. It was the anniversary of Katrina when it hit. I told my parents, you know, I think y'all should get out of town. They were like, no, we want to stay. It turned out to be a pretty bad storm.
And with everything going on in their personal lives, football has been a way that the team can take their mind off of things going on back home.
I think one of the great things about football and athletics in general is that it gives you a chance to kind of get away from things that are going on in the outside world or things that are going on in your personal life. And I think being able to play football and be around the teammates is a great release.
At the end of the day, there is still a job to do, and that's to play football. The Cardinals have committed to that and have bounced back well from the tragedy.
Time will pass eventually, but having been through that process before, I think just their attitude and resiliency is what impresses me the most.
Ball State will be taking on Toledo on Saturday in front of a home crowd for the first time since week 1. In Muncie, Vinny Martorano, NewsLink, Indiana.
Ball State women's soccer team is having a lot of difficult games at the start of the season. Starting 2-4 in non-conference competition with losses against Purdue, Cincinnati, Louisville, Butler, and Xavier. Now with a full week off before their next matchup, head coach Josh Reif hitting the practice field on Monday, going head-to-head against the girls to improve before the start of MAC action on Thursday.
You can go through, and there's definitely positives that we can take from every game. That whether we consistently put it together, right? I mean, that becomes one of the biggest focuses for us as we've had this week off. But I think that there's been a lot of, like I said, I think there's been a lot of positive things that we can look back on and say, hey, here's a great picture of what it looks like to do this well.
The team will look to put it all together before they start the second half of the season against MAC opponents on Thursday at Briner Sports Complex against Eastern Michigan. Finishing the Cardinal Classic today, Ball State women's golf coming in 12th as a team. The Cardinals seeing some impressive performances from Liz Kim, who finished 4th, and Morgan Lewis, who finished tied for 21st, will be off the next few weeks before they pick things back up on October 4th for the Indiana Fall Invitational. It's great to see our fans back at in the stands, as well as seeing 2 familiar faces place top 25.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I've tried my hand at golf, and that was not something that was easy for me, so I applaud them.
I'm not a great golf, a player.
Golfer,
but
maybe?
Very proud of those girls. Congratulations to them and all their accomplishments. Thank you so much, Charlie.
Yeah, for sure.
A final check at weather after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. I've been seeing a lot of students on campus walking around with their umbrellas, raincoats. Have you had to walk to class?
Yeah, I've had to walk to class, and I had my umbrella luckily, but I've seen a lot of people actually without umbrellas, and I wonder to myself, how do you do that? Because I get soaked even with the umbrella.
Okay, I was the person without the umbrella, but that's pretty much because I forgot it and had to walk in the rain. So Rachel, give us a final look at weather.
Rain for tonight and tomorrow, but we will see some dry time for the rest of the weekend, and temperatures are going to increase into the upper 70s with lows in the lower 40s and mid-50s. So I think that we'll have a great temperature for next week.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.